Okay, so I would say episodic, and it's related to episodes. So the idea that there are discrete instances of something, there are episodes. So memory is about discrete events, I think, in this case, this kind of memory, um, which is why they're talking about uh, humans not using the same types of memory. So when they talk about humans using a type of memory for flashing back to a visit to a friend's house, we're imagining a flashback is like a sudden visibility in the mind of something in the past, a flashback. And they've turned it into kind of a verb here, to flashback to. I would talk about a flashback as a kind of a memory of an event that kind of came to you in your mind. I think we often talk about it actually as something from film or television, like a character remembers an event and the camera then shows us that flashback. So, but they've turned it into a verb here, to flashback to a past event, which, maybe is not ideal actually as a way of describing this. The reason why we can't use a go here to a visit to a friend's house the week, we can say a week ago or 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago.
So 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Or a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say the week. So once it's a definite article, once it's a particular week that we're referring to, we might talk about the week before or the week prior.
So we can say the week before or the week prior.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if we don't have the here, which makes this part definite, so we can use a week ago. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, because a week ago would be like a quantity in relation to the present moment, whereas they're narrating it's something very strange actually, the more I think about it, that you can't use ago if it's a definite article. And I don't know if there's a reason for that or if it's just usage.
No, it is because you are native and you can understand without, finding a reason. That's great. And another question, Adam, let me.
So, can we use something other than latter there? Can we use last? So you could talk about, I guess last is more commonly used as an adjective, whereas the latter is the last item on a list or the last of a pair. The former is the first of a pair, the latter is the last of that pair. You could use the last if what had no, I think we would still need to specify the last what for that to work. So it's something to do with the construction, the former and the latter. If you've been given two possibilities, one type of memory where you remember the capitals of the world, another where you visualize scenes in the past, the former and the latter requires that we use the latter when we're referring to the last one on that pair. You might say the second option or the second type to be specific in that same way. The last is not precise enough. It doesn't feel like it tracks closely enough. So in this case, the former would be the type of memory that we use to remember facts. So in the first sentence, they say humans don't use the same type of memory to recall the capitals of the world as they do to flash back to a visit to a friend's house. So they've got a contrast there. The first kind is about remembering facts. The second kind is about remembering events. So we could say the former is about remembering facts. The latter is about remembering events. And what that's telling, it's a form of referentiality. We're referring back to the previous sentence, and we're identifying that there are two items there.
So when you are referring to the facts, it is the capitals of the word, which you said that we should say former, and this one, which is an event, friend's house, visit to a friend's house. Great.
Yeah. So they're different types of memory. We've been given two types of memory, and we're recalling one of them. In this case, we're recalling the second one.
Yeah.
So in this construction, I think exclusive might be the only one that we could use, might be the only word we could use. We could say was once thought to only be possible for humans, or was once thought to be a form only available to humans, something like that. You would change a number of things to use a word other than exclusive. Exclusive here, that is, it excludes everything but humans, is what it means. So once upon a time in the past, they thought that this kind of memory was available only to humans. So was once thought to be exclusive to humans, was once thought to belong only to humans, or to be possessed only by humans. To be a human only possession might work. Recur means to happen again, sometimes multiple times. So it's a verb, to recur. We talk about recurrence as that process of repetition.
To happen many times, or to happen again. Yeah.
Yeah, so happening again, it usually means, not just once. It's not one repetition, but it's kind of more like a cycle. Yeah.